And the camera is on, looking pretty sharp. I'm going to go to my Facebook and see that it actually works. Stand by. Enter. I'm looking on my Facebook to see if this works. And I will definitely... oh, look. I think I'm on it. I think it works. Awesome. Hey, everybody. Will Roberts here. And I've been trying for the last several days to be able to get this to work. Let me see. I'm click to expand. So if you're watching this, you're watching my live stream. I am in my studio here in Los Angeles, California area. And basically, I just wanted to kind of hop on here and see that this works. Also, I'm going to leave the comments section open if anybody has any questions. Let's see, I don't even know if this is like right now. That I don't know if he's on right now or not. But if you're on, let me know. I see Rusty Allen, a good friend of mine in the cowboy world. So let's see. I'm going to put this here. I think I should put it there. If people respond, maybe up at the top. So if you're looking at this stream, which I hope you are, I don't know if anybody is or not. Hey, I've got a friend of mine from Brazil. Obrigado. Thank you for tuning in. And if you do see this, by all means, let me know you see this, because I'm trying to see if this is coming out, if the stream is working. Right now, I just see, let's see live. Let me see if this works here. That's me. There. So where am I on this live? Let's find out. Oh, it sounds good. So if you're on and you are watching this, there's a couple of things. Number one is that I am totally open for questions, and then I'm also open to, if someone is interested in coming on and talking about acting and you have something important to say, I can give you a link into my stream. Looks like it's just me and one other person that's on. But okay, so here's the thing. I'm gonna close that down just because I know it's working. What are you gonna? Oh, you know what, Rusty? I would love for that more than anything. Things are starting to get a little more freed up. Wait, my iPad is talking to me and I'm not even on it. Jesus. Why does it keep doing this? Okay. Wow. Hold on. I'm trying to figure this out. Maybe if I just got rid of this. If you're on my Facebook right now and you're watching this, just so you know, 100 years ago, get back in focus, 100 years ago, I did a show called Acting Up Radio. And unfortunately, it's been quite a progression, because originally Acting Up Radio, I know that Acting Up Radio was basically something that is now become sort of a thing of the past, radio, because no one really does radio in their car anymore. I mean, if you do, you get it for like 10 miles and then you're done. But anyway, hold on a second. What did you say? I know firearms, bikes, a few things here and there. Oh, bikes. I don't know electronics, brother. I know you don't, but it doesn't matter. You don't need to. Uh, so the industry, hey, what's happening? I'm glad you're watching. Is it Dusty Corner? That's pretty funny. So if you're watching this, the whole idea of doing Acting Up live stream now is, if you watched my first episode, you watched with myself and my co-host every week. One of my co-hosts is Mike Gerard. He is my agent here in Hollywood. He is an amazing guy, a great guy. And I'll tell you, it's hard to find an agent nowadays to begin with. And then second of all, it's hard to find an agent that really cares about you, because a lot of times you see the wall in back of me. Agents have got, back in the old days when I started in the 80s, they had like massive headshots on the wall. And you knew that if you were at the top here and not at the bottom, that you would most likely get a call for auditions because you top tier, blah, 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 blah. But Mike comes on with me, and Wednesday, I'm hoping we have Sean Kanan, who is Karate Kid 3, who's become a good friend of mine, who's got a book coming out. I hope he can come on the show and talk. I wish he could come on now. Let me check something really quickly. Um, I'm just going to throw this out to him and see what he says. Let me just see. Hey, Sean, I don't suppose you're around your computer and you can jump on and do a live stream now, because I'm actually live on my Acting Up live stream. I know it's last minute, but I thought we could just get on and talk about the book and acting. I don't know if you're available, but if you are, I'm here. Let me know. I'll send you a link. So I sent that, but the whole concept, I just did like my big cardinal sin, by the way, of when anybody's live streaming, is that they hook up their camera to somewhere that when you do this, it shakes. I hate that, and it's only because I bumped into my area where I'm doing it. But anyway, the whole concept of Acting Up Live is that I live stream, is that I really wanted to find a way to help people in the industry that I'm going to kind of go out on a limb and say a lot of the newbie people out there and the veterans don't get that a lot of this has to, hold on a second, unfortunately I'm getting a haircut. Okay, cool. All right. Anyway, so fact of the matter is that what's changed since I started in 1980-ish is that we've got this, we've got these, and a lot of times, like I've gone into auditions, and the biggest problem I have is I'm sitting there listening in auditions when we were in person and hearing people my age saying, "Oh, I don't want to do all that shit where you do self-taping and send it in. That's not my job." Yeah, I beg to differ that if you don't have a good social media presence and you're not doing stuff like this where you're producing your own shit, you're in the wrong business, folks. You're in the wrong business. I'm going to go on my Instagram and see if I can gather some people on there as well. But you are here on Acting Up live stream. Let me see what we have here. See if I can just jump on like this and do live like that and let people know that I'm here. Now, the only problem is I'm not totally sure what my Facebook. Hey, damn it, did it again. This is not what I want. I just want to be live stream. Hold on. Live. There we go. Live. Here it is. Connecting. All right, hey everybody. If you're watching this, I'll let some people gather on. But anyway, so the whole idea is that when I started Acting Up Radio back like 5-7 years ago, when I came from Las Vegas after finishing Cirque du Soleil, I came here and I wanted to be able to do to get people. Hey, what's up, Catspaw? So if you're looking at if you look at my profile link, I'm live on my show called Acting Up, which is right here on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. So I've got 3 different platforms. And right now I'm on Instagram letting people know, but you just see blue screen. If you come into my studio, you'll see something really awesome. Hey, I'm waving to you, Catspaw. But if you click my profile link, I believe it has my Facebook page on there. It's basically just actor Will Roberts. You'll see me in my magic sort of pose. That's my magic pose, because I'm also a professional magician. So I'm just going to kind of keep talking here to see if we can kind of gather a crowd to go over to the live stream I'm actually doing. I'd love to have anybody answering or asking any questions about acting or performing, because that's what the show's about. I'm going to look to see if I can get anybody else on as well. Let me see if I can get this, see if we're still live here. I'm going to do that. And the survey says, so if you are looking at my Instagram right now, I'm live on YouTube, Facebook Live and Twitter. And if you go to my either YouTube channel, which is actor Will Roberts, or you go to my Facebook, which is actor Will Roberts, you can see me live, and I'm having conversations with people that are asking questions about acting or performing. So if you happen to be there, by all means, I would recommend that you go to the page. So go to my profile page on LinkedIn, and you can see how to get to this live broadcast. Either, hey, actually, here's what I'll do. You can do either youtube.com. Okay, that's good. I think / let's do actor Will Roberts. I think that will cut it. If you go there, you can see my pin that. You can see the live stream, and I'm answering questions about acting and performing. And by all means, all you need to do is just let me know if you have any questions about it. So there it is. It's kind of flashing. Why is it flashing? I don't know why my Instagram is flashing, but it is flashing. It's weird. I don't know why it's doing this. Hold on a second, everybody. Did I just like... Ooh, okay. I think I just jumped off my deal there. I did. Because it was doing weird stuff. Trying to figure this out, but hang on with me, okay? If you're actually... There's 3 people loving it. And I think I might be the only person watching myself at this point. Okay, so if you go to... I'm going to put this up again. I'm just trying to test this out today. YouTube. Hey, what's up? YouTube.com / Hey, what's up, Northern Ballistics? Actor. There it is. So if you go here, I'm just letting you know, I'm going to pin it. You're going to see, yep, still here. Good. You're going to see my live stream. So anyway, go there. Hey, what's up? So if you go on Instagram to my YouTube channel, you'll see me live, and you can ask me questions about acting or performing or anything motivational. I've spent the last 40 years pretty much traveling around the world doing what I love to do. And by all means, just so you know, if you're in this business, you know what that means. Doing love and doing what I love doing most means that you are struggling all the time because this industry is ever changing. Hey, what's happening? Mary, thank you. Oh, hi, Mary. So again, this is just a show I used to do for a boy, oh boy, I did for like 5 years. I had some of the top people on in the world in regards to casting and directing. I usually don't have actors on. I don't know if it's a total ego thing, but usually I don't have actors on unless they have something to say about something else, meaning like in the industry. You change your username. All right. So the point is that if you're interested in this business, you know that there's a lot. You gotta do this on Facebook. I mean, I'm sorry, on YouTube. See the link. I'm not. Everybody, if you respond to me on Instagram, I'm not going to respond. I'm on the other 3 channels live. So come over to YouTube. Anyway, so with that being said, I had in the course of 5 to 7 years, something like that, probably had hundreds of different directors and casting agents and all that other fun stuff. So it's pretty cool. Anyway, that's it. I just kind of wanted to see if I can gather a crowd here. And I was also trying to make sure that my stream was working on these different channels, and it seems like it is. So happy. Here we go. Oh, wait a second. Is that who I think it is? So happy to find you on Cameo. Very interesting story you have. Well, I appreciate that. Now, fun of all sorts. Now, wait a minute now. Now, is this the one that I have due today for your teacher? Fun of all sorts. Is that you look familiar, and I think you might be the person that found me on Cameo. Which, by the way, I have a Cameo there that I do my magic. And today, cool. Is it Brian? I feel like it's Brian. Hold on a second. Cameo. Today I'm in my studio and I'm producing your specialized I'm sorry, it's Carson. Carson Green. What an awesome name, Carson. Carson Green. I want that name. I think I'd have a much more successful talk show if I had my name was Carson Green. Anyway, I didn't mean to give out your name. If that's okay, sorry about that. I was looking at my thing here, and I apologize if that you're like now hiding from the law. But anyway, so again, performing is not an easy thing to do, and I will just tell you that. By the way, if you're on my Instagram, go to my what do you call it group, my YouTube. This show is going to be on once a week, like it was for many, many years, talking to some of the top casting directors, telling you if you're a performer how you need to do what you need to do, because the fact is that um, um, it's an ever-changing world out there in what we do. It's changing in business, it's changing in life, how we deal with each other. Now the new thing is Clubhouse, which as a radio guy of 150 years, I think it's funny. Hold on a second. Um, Oh, okay. It's funny that John Carson's middle name always asks related to the author. I'm always asked if I'm related to the guy that robbed the bank. So you're in good shape. So anyway, but the thing that has changed in this industry of show business is that more now than ever, I think actors need to realize that show business has the word business in it. And I say this all the time just to remind people that if you are in this business and you don't know it's business, that it takes a lot of behind the scenes. I mean, see all this stuff I'm doing. Don't First of all, don't think I'm rich or even have money, because I grew up in the south side of Chicago in a very poor family. I have very little education. It's all life and me really getting out there. But that's the thing that you should know if you're trying to do anything in life is that what you've gone through does not constitute what the future holds unless you hold it that way. So, wow, I need to write that one down. Because the fact is that I've had a lot of diversity, or not diversity, but I guess you could say that, but a lot of things that have really shot me down in this industry. And this industry of doing show business is the worst business you could possibly be in if you have any self-esteem issues. Yes, Mary, hard work and perseverance. That is actually, in my opinion, an understatement. Perseverance definitely would be before hard work, because regardless of, well, I guess not. I guess they're sort of synonymous in a way, in the sense that, I've worked really, really hard for my whole life. And I mean, we're talking 80 hours a day. And sometimes I look, and this is a good point I want to make about the work and perseverance. Uh-oh, Simon trying to play this video. Why? Uh-oh, it's telling me okay, there it is. Yeah, anyway, so the problem that we face nowadays is that there are so many different. Oh my gosh, there we go. The Where was I? Oh, hey, what's up, Oslan? Go to my YouTube. Anyway, the problem that we face nowadays is that you can work really, really hard and not get anything done. I mean, in this industry, the problem is that, and I heard this yesterday on something my wife was playing, is that multitasking has now been changed, because multitasking doesn't exist. It's really just task switching. So if you're texting and driving, you're really just texting. But I saw this new term called multi-asking or something like that. And what it basically, hey, come on over to my YouTube. My good friend, hey, brother, go to my YouTube channel. I want to have you on. Can I have you on as my guest right now? I'm on my Acting Up live stream. I'd love to have you on. I miss talking to you. I hope you're doing well. I'm right now on my YouTube channel live because I have a full live stream studio. It doesn't look like you're looking at now, but if you go to the YouTube channel, you can see it. But again, I want to go back. This is the problem with doing live streaming and watching comments, is that you kind of have to be able to keep track on what you're talking about, and it's very difficult because I've got Instagram here. I've got 3 different platforms here: YouTube, Facebook and Twitter at one point. So my point is that hard work and perseverance is, yes, it's very important, but you can do a lot of that and you can spin your wheels and get nowhere, especially in this business. But there's a term that is out there which is called multitasking, which I just said doesn't really exist. It's really just task switching. So the fact of the matter is that yes, you're switching your task, but the new thing is, I think it's called like multi-asking or multi questions or something like that, which basically says that you can uh, you get more done if you include people in to your circle that would help answer questions. Because instead of just trying to do a lot of things at once, maybe you're reaching out to people. For instance, if you want to find out what the best way to do a headshot as an actor would be, that you would basically, I don't know, what would you do? You would most likely reach out on the advantage is you look on YouTube or you look on, I'm sorry, you look on Google and you'd search and you'd find 150,000 references on how a headshot should look. The problem with that is that not everybody really knows what they're talking about. You know, they have the syndrome I kind of call like Googleitis, where everybody that has a thought on something just basically puts up a website and goes, "This is what I think," and it doesn't necessarily mean that it's true. Check politics; that one will help confirm what I just said. But the reality is that multi-asking, which is really getting people and asking questions in your industry and finding places like I'm telling you here to help you get through the learning curve is really kind of, in my opinion, the key to the new successful business person, the entrepreneur, or even corporations. Because what you're asking is you're asking questions for people that are experts or know something about a subject, and you're getting a dialogue going. So the dialogue is really what, in this industry of show business, in my opinion, is really what's going to give you the best possible scenario to learn something quicker and get through the learning curve. Because if you're hanging out on set and you're on a set of a movie or a commercial or whatever, you're going to gain a lot more knowledge. And I'm the first person to tell you that most of the stuff I've learned has been experiential. And it's been that I didn't go to school to do what I did as a professional actor. I pretty much did almost like the ROTC thing, where I just jumped on and I just jumped in. And fear became something that I actually strived to find in this industry, because then it made me try different things and different approaches. And now here I am 40 years into this business, and I'd say that, I'm not a household name by any stretch of the imagination, but I do have a pretty good body of work of different things that I've done, and people know me, and they know of me because of what I do. And that, then when you've done your homework, hard work and perseverance really kicks in, because it's what I call, just so I want to be clear about this, is that it's called seeding. I have this theory, and it's sort of a method for not having the madness method, not method of madness, but method of trying not to go mad in this industry. And the common thing that happens in this industry is that, or anything, I guess, is that you do something and then you get frustrated a lot because you go, what's going on? I'm not getting any result. I keep doing social media. I'm not getting a result. I keep doing acting. I'm not getting a result. Why aren't I getting this? Why is the other people getting this? Why am I not? You know what I mean? And you get frustrated. But what I call it is, I call it seeding, because, you know, a very good portion of what we do in acting and in the industry has to do with consistency and frequency. And when you do that, your odds, because I'm a gambling man, I wish I had my cards around. I do actually somewhere around here. Um, when you are a gambling person like me, you basically will, you'll try anything you can to be able to get a hit, because we know in this industry that if you're a certain level and you are good, then you potentially could work. And if you get that one break, you potentially could be the next, sliced bread. But you have to be able to, one, have the basics that you work on, and two, you have to be able to consistently, again, hard work and persistence, to be able to continue to stick yourself out there. And nowadays, better than ever, because when I started in the 80s, um, it was different. You had to mail out your headshots and resumes. You had to hope that an agent would get a hold of you. Now, I have a list I just got that has productions every week, and they keep me up to date with emails and information about big productions. Now, I'm not just spamming everybody. I'm actually, getting out there and trying to figure out ways. But this is the business of show businesses, trying to find a way for people to notice you and then see that that they respect and know that you have credibility as an actor. So with that being said, that is the final thing I'll say is that if I was to tell you that the most important thing I could say about acting and your approach and not being disappointed at the end of the day, I will tell you that the key thing to remember is that um, odds odds are not totally in our favor because actors are the lowest rung on the ladder. And that don't get disappointed if you don't get something, because the odds are that it might have just been that I remind someone of someone they don't like, or it might have been that they just see someone different in the situation or the role, and it is what it is. But you would not be able to get any further along this acting or performance, what do you call it, timeline or progression in your career if you didn't keep putting yourself out there. So produce all you can on your phones. I have a new series that I'm going to be doing soon called Hollywood TV Cops. It's going to be very funny. I'm working with a guy named David Hill in LA, and it's going to be cool. But the reason why I say that is because I learned how to shoot, I learned how to edit, I learned it all myself. And all I'm saying is that the odds of being successful and working have a lot to do with what you do when you're not in front of the camera. So with that being said, I'm going to let everybody go. I'm not getting any more questions. I don't even know if anybody's listening to me at this point. Just like anything, I'm starting this broadcast up again after not doing it for some time, and so I'm going to expect that I'm going to get very few people in the beginning until I get the awareness and the PR out about this show. Next Wednesday, I'm hoping to have a good friend of mine on the show, and we'll do some PR on it. This is just me hopping on to see how it looks and how it sounds, and for me to play around with my cards. So with that being said, I appreciate your time. Check us out later on down the road, and we'll see you later.